This will be a demonstration of the Quickdraw Weaving program's warp and weft editor's ability to control warp and weft thread colors and sizes. Okay, the first thing I want to do is add a few more colors to the palette, so I go over and just add the rainbow, so I've got something to work with. Now the first comment, let me set the warp color to red, so I'll drag it from the palette to there. What the warp color will do is as I draw new threads, let me select that tool, I can now drag multiple repeats of the pattern. The block I have selected I can change to any color I want. A little harder to see the orange. I can do the same thing on the weft. Drag 3 copies of it, and if I select one block of that, I can set that blue, for example. So now I can also go through and say I want to alternate between red and green threads rather than whole blocks to go between threads. So if I drag a red and drag a blue to the rotation sequence, if I press rotation, it will set those. Same things will happen in the weft. In this case, let me say green and a purple. I'm not sure I want to weave this, but when I set the rotation, the thread sizes work the same way. The other thing I also can control is if I wanted this was by rotation, I can also set it by shaft, so that all occurrence of shaft 1 are red, shaft 2 are blue, and so forth. I can select any order I want. When I hit shaft, it will actually make those changes. Same happens on weft treadle numbers. The other thing I also have control over is the thread size. For example, I can set all those threads oversize. 100% is a nominal width. I can shrink them down. I also have the ability, if I want to do rotating, like an overshot pattern where I do a large and small threads, I can set a large pattern. Let me select the warp and we'll look at that. If I drag a large thread, which is already there, and then do a small thread, drag that into rotation, that will give me the thread variations. So I've kind of messed up the warp. Let me put it back. So in that manner, I have complete control over the thread sizing. The one other footnote, if I go to an individual thread and select it, it tells me the selected warp thread, which it is, the color index it is, since I don't want to try and deal with names on all the possible colors, and it will tell me its actual size, as well as with the mouse over functions at the bottom. As I move across, it gives me a numeric indication, since optically it's a little hard to see between those. And that is how I can control every thread in the pattern for both color and thread size. Thank you now.